Hi guys, Lauren Fritsch here, and I just want to talk a little bit about pain, as in when you feel pain in your body, what is it really about? What's the story there? And I'm going to give you a little example. So this week I started having spasms in my neck and my upper back on the right side, so the trapezius muscle. And it has hurt so much that I literally couldn't sleep. It was just throbbing with pain. And I took some ibuprofen, which helps immensely. But moreover, I need to get to the root of the problem. And I started thinking about the definite physical reasons that I'm having that pain. And they include things like wearing high heels for hours on Friday night. They include things like feeding my baby in weird postures and carrying her around in a pouch and outside of a pouch in my hands for blocks and blocks, and other things too. I mean, what are like all the bad posture? I don't know about you, but I was like glued to my phone and Facebook last week with all this election stuff. And all of these things are physical reasons that I have this pain in my neck right now. And sorry, I got to readjust. It hurts to hold the camera. And that's great. And it's wonderful to know that there are real physical reasons that we are experiencing pain. But I also want to talk to you about the story pain is telling you and the story pain is telling me. And you can go Google Louise Hay. She often has affirmations and then reasons you might be experiencing certain physical dis-ease, whether it's pain or some other illness, whatnot. But I also think that there's wisdom in our own experience, in our own lives, in our own stories when it comes to our pain. And so, again, I'm going to give you an example. It occurred to me that I've had this exact pain before. It was about 10 years ago. I was living in Richmond, Virginia, and I was working. I was probably like 4 weeks into a job that was I was told that it was going to be something very different from what it ended up being. It felt very much like a bait and switch. And I had not really had that many jobs at that point in my life. I was definitely a freelance type of person. And so I was very excited to go and have this job with responsibility, and I was excited about it. And then I didn't have that. I was basically like a glorified hourly employee. And I really didn't like that. And it was while I was on that job, after about a month, that my neck started hurting, the exact same spot, exact same side. And it hurt so bad that the pain would like wrap around my neck and into my forehead. And I got a migraine. I don't get migraines like ever, really. I've had maybe two in my life. And I was immobilized, and this job required me to be, it was in retail, so it required me to be on the sales floor, and physically I just could not do it. So I started getting chiropractic and acupuncture to clear up and massage to clear up this issue. And ultimately what happened is I shortly thereafter, and it was also the same exact time of year, it was right around Thanksgiving, I quit that job and I embarked on my real journey of becoming a freelancer. That's when I started to sign up for coach training, and my real career, my real path began. And that's a massive change. That is a change from I need to rely on someone else for my job to I'm going to rely on myself. And fortunately at that point I had a coach who gave me some freelance work to do and became a really amazing writing mentor and marketing mentor and coaching mentor, really. Heather Dane, if you're so inclined, you can Google her. And the point is that pain was a lot about transition. It was a lot about saying, I'm done with this and I'm moving on to that. And sometimes pain is what we need in order to get our attention. And so when I realized that I was experiencing the same exact pain, I thought, okay, what's it telling me? And pain in the neck is often about being rigid in your thinking and not seeing all sides of a situation. And I thought, okay, well, where am I not seeing all sides of a situation? Where am I being rigid in my thinking? And And what is the transition that is occurring? What is the transition that I'm being asked to say yes to? And it's very pertinent right now because right at this point in time, I'm moving from having fed and nourished my daughter with my own body. I've been breastfeeding for over 2 years to cold turkey. She's getting cut off over the next 2 days. I'm not going to see her. And that's a big change. That's a big transition for us as a family. And then it also for me signifies the change of going from mom. My focus has been almost 100% on this child for over 2 years. And now I'm going to be able to have a little bit more freedom, and I'm going to be able to transition to the next stage of my life, which is really beautifully unfolding. My business model is different. It's a lot about products and licensing. My work subject matter is different. Who I work with is different. I'm really embracing creativity in the arts and myself as an artist. And it's this pain, I think, is asking me to step up into the next decade of my journey. And it's really painful, but it did spark that memory of the last time that I felt this. And I went, isn't that beautiful symmetry? It's beautiful. And so my commitment is to breathe, because breathing actually helps the pain a lot. If you breathe into all these cells that feel tight, you will feel a tangible difference. So that's one thing I'm committed to. Another thing I'm committed to is continuing my self-care and my nurturing. Sometimes when we're nurturing others, be they family or clients, we forget to nurture ourselves and we over nurture them. So one of the things I'm committed to is nurturing myself. Certainly I'm committed to my artistic expression, and I'm also committed to bringing to completion and to wholeness the things that I've generated in my mind over the past several years that I've been focused on Charlotte. So that's the story that my pain is telling me. What's the story that your pain is telling you? I'm really curious. So if you have a story, leave it in the comments below. And if you want to sign up to get the latest from me, you can do that at laurenfritsch.com/kisses. Bye.